So I guess a lot of people think the life of a model is super luxurious. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Brett Maverick here. I hope you all are having an awesome day so far. So there's a lot of misconceptions about the modeling world, and I'm here to bust some of them right now. So I guess I'll start this off with something that people are probably most curious with, and that's the money that you make. The biggest misconception is that all these male models and models in general, I guess, make all this money and they're super rich, and it's definitely false. Unless you're one of like the top 5 models, you know, David Gandy, Lucky Blue, Sean O'Pride, then chances are you're just barely scraping by. You probably can barely even pay for your standard living situation, you know, rent, fuel, travel, all that stuff. You're probably barely even making ends meet. The thing is that the market is just so saturated with, you know, these up and coming models and people who are, you know, trying to make it, that the only people that really make a lot of money and have chances at getting and landing these big jobs are the like 5 people that are already established models, which there literally is like 5 to 10 of them that make the majority of the money. And just to give you a little example, I was doing a shoot with this really popular photographer in New York. We started talking about finances and how much money models make and whatnot, and he pulled me aside and showed me an email from a huge company that wanted to shoot with a very popular model, very blonde, and they were offering him 150 grand for a 1-day shoot. Insane, right? The majority of models will never land a job anywhere close to that. Your best chances are landing a bunch of little few $100 jobs, and a lot of them won't even pay you that. Modeling just isn't like it was back in the day, you know, the 70s, 80s, where all these brands were trying to build their credibility and build their reputation, you know, Gucci, Versace, this, that, and the other, where they had to pay larger amounts of money to advertise their brands. Now that they're established, they can get away with either paying you very little or not paying you at all. It's crazy. So a lot of these, you know, up and coming models will accept these jobs even if they're not even getting paid, just because they think it will help their brand and help them, you know, help establish themselves, even if people really don't even care. That's another big misconception. Modeling is incredibly inconsistent. If you're not one of these top 5 models, then you're gonna go months at a time where you don't get any jobs, and then you'll have a month where you might get 3 or 4 jobs, right? But a lot of your time is spent going to castings with 100 other models in line. You'll wait there all day long in the sweltering heat with around all these beautiful people who you'll be comparing yourself to, who are probably a lot better looking than you in your opinion, and then you won't even get the job. And there's a day that you'll never get back. And if you think this is only gonna happen a couple times, oh no, 90% of your castings will go exactly this way. So if you decide that you're gonna be a model, you're definitely gonna go months at a time where you're broke as a joke. But it's not all bad. Eventually, you're gonna land a pretty good job. You might make 5, maybe 10 grand. Hey, that's pretty good, right? So then it's time to do the job. And what do most people think? Most people who are not models think, oh, you go in there, you shoot for an hour, and then you leave, right? No. So you're standing under these bright lights with a team of people staring at you, yelling different orders at you, yelling which muscle in your face to flex, which, you know, how to flex your abs, how to twist your body. And you're doing this for a whole damn day until you get the shot, because you're not going home until the job's done. I know there's way harder jobs out there. I'm not trying to downplay those jobs or anything, but I'm just telling you, modeling is not as easy and luxurious as people make it out to be. It is actually work, and it is actually exhausting. So guess where you get to go home to? You get to go home to your tiny little studio apartment in New York, because that's where all the male models make it, right? With your 5 other male model roommates. So you're sleeping on your little cot, no air conditioning, no microwave, probably no washing machine, and you're just barely getting by with all these 5 other dudes that are in the same position as you. So you spend your time going to these castings, right? And I'm sure you think, oh yeah, you're in a pretty good spot. You're looked up to as a male model, right? No, actually quite the contrary. You are actually severely disrespected. They look at you as just an expensive clothes hanger, because that's what you are. You're hired and paid this money to represent this clothes or this accessory or whatever it is. You're an expensive clothes hanger. So they pretty much treat you as such, you know, rubbing their hands all over you because they can get away with whatever they want, because they control your future. They control that job. They can decide whether you land that part or that role or not. So they know they can get away with anything. They can talk to you how they want. They can touch you how they want, and they can treat you however they please. And I'd say roughly 80% of the casting directors, photographers, whatnot, are gay. And when they're surrounded by, you know, hot, fit men all day, what do you think they're gonna try to get away with? Now, I'm not saying they're all bad. You know, I've worked with a ton of people who were just phenomenal, gay or straight. So I'm not trying to discredit any of these people, but the chances of you running into somebody like that eventually is inevitable. So what I'm trying to say is, if you just think these male models are living this luxurious, glamorous life, you know, pockets full of money and cocktails and parties every night, then you're completely misled, and that is not true at all. If you're actually, you know, trying to become a model, that's why you're watching this video, then please don't let this deter you. You know, if you do make it, it is a great life. You can make a lot of money and meet some really cool people and create some art, but you're gonna have to put through some shit when you're first getting started, and you're gonna have to be really headstrong and just keep going forward. I wasn't willing to do that. I wanted to create my own destiny, have my future in my own hands, so that's why I started YouTube, and it's the best decision I ever made. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and until next time, peace out.